Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Kulikowski. Christy is on assignment right now. A 23-year-old woman with a lengthy list of past crimes is now facing her most serious murder, accused of killing 93-year-old Connie Torrey. Torrey's body was found last week in her 14th floor home at the Skyline Apartments on James Street. Part of Victoria Affett's rap sheet includes assaulting a 74-year-old at the same complex the week before Torrey's death. Affett will be formally charged in court sometime in the next few hours. News Channel 9's Iris St. Moran is digging into the suspect's troubled past. But we begin with News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan. He's live for us outside Syracuse Police headquarters with disturbing new details, Andrew, about how long it took from the time police say Connie Torrey was killed to when they actually found her body. It is shocking.
Jeff, the 93-year-old's body was found by police last Wednesday, but today the chief tells us she had been laying there dead for 3 weeks. Today the chief joined the Onondaga County District Attorney to announce the arrest of Affett, who they say killed Torrey at the end of February, and Torrey was found dead 3 weeks later. Affett ended up in jail just days before the murder for stealing 2 different cars, not for the murder. Police say the suspect followed Torrey into her apartment and then lived there part-time with the body.
I get upset at every homicide. I get upset at every loss of life. I've probably seen 1,000 of them in 40 years. I can remember every one of them, but I get especially frustrated and saddened at the death of the very, very young and the very elderly. And when I think about Connie and Ava, 2 people who devoted their lives, their entire lives, to teaching, to educating, just to loving their fellow man and woman, and to have them leave this earth in that way is heartbreaking to the point that I can't express it in words.
The district attorney right there referencing Ava Fold, an 84-year-old woman who was killed by a 14-year-old also at an apartment complex that was earlier this year. Both the DA and police chief were unified that the suspect in this most recent murder could have and probably should have been in jail for past crimes. News Channel 9's Iris St. Moran is digging into this troubled criminal past. Iris, what are you finding out?
Well, Andrew, since last year, Victoria Affett was arrested nearly a dozen times. The charges vary from grand larceny to assault. She's now faces first-degree murder and burglary for the death of 93-year-old Connie Torrey at Skyline Apartments. But this wasn't the first time she's facing charges for an incident at the apartment building on James Street in Syracuse. Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick says she was arrested just last month for an incident there.
Arrested on February the 18th, 2021 for strong-arm robbery of a 74-year-old woman, ironically enough, at the Skyline Apartments, a crime captured on videotape.
Fitzpatrick said less than 24 hours after that, Affett was released from jail with no bail despite objections from his office. He said Affett allegedly murdered Connie Torrey a week later on February 26th, and police found Torrey's body in her apartment on March 17th. Jeff.